right, and we're back. Hello, welcome to a special Friday book talk. I was gonna say vlog, same thing. Book talk video by Amy. Amy, hi everybody who showed up or shows up later. Thanks for stopping by. Need my glasses. Yeah. So we're doing this on a Friday, which is fantastical because it's Friday, right? All right. Well, today, in a hopefully short video, I'm going to do another book haul. I got a few more books, a medium-sized book haul. I picked up a few books on Halloween, actually, when I went to town to get our pizza for Halloween. So yeah, so it will be 6 books, short and sweet, and maybe a little update on what I want to do in the new year. Just a little sneak peek, maybe. Yeah, see how it goes. Anyway, got my coffee. My squirrel cup. It's a good partnership, me and this squirrel cup. Mm, got my Starbucks holiday blend out. So yeah, so that's good. Anyway, let's go. Let's be off. Let's start. Let's off and running. Let's get the show on the road. Okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Hi, how you doing? So I went to Goodwill. If you're not familiar with Goodwill, it's a charity shop. And I got yeah, like I said, 6 books for cheap, and I wasn't planning on it. I just was needing to waste some time before my pizzas was ready, and so I stopped by because it's just around the corner. And I didn't think I'd find anything because well, over the last few months I had been there. I usually don't go probably not sooner than every few months, just because I think I give them time to restock something good. Give them a few months, but I went a little quicker and I did find some things. So yeah, so let's just get right into it. It is the first one. These are I got 3 hardbacks and 3 paperbacks, and I have 3 fiction and 3 nonfiction. As you know, I love my history nonfiction, my history. So the hardbacks, what is it? The all the same. The hardbacks were $2.99 and the paperbacks were $1.99. Can't beat that. So the first one is, and I haven't read any of this author yet. I do have 2 of her books, and I keep hearing booktubers, they have a love-hate relationship, I guess. Some like her, some don't like her. The books, I mean. I don't know. I never met the lady, so I don't know. But anywho, so this is Frida McFadden, Never Lie. I do have um The Housemaid. I do have The Housemaid, and then I have another. It's not the next one after The Housemaid. It's the third one, I think. It's another Housemaid one. But yeah, so this is Never Lie by Frida McFadden, and it looks in really good shape, like new, never read, never used. Um, yeah, feels kind of different on the cover. It's not just your regular slick cover, but anyway, it doesn't matter. This is about. So I haven't read any Frida McFaddens. I'm thinking I would probably like Frida McFadden. I've heard people say it's an easy read. A lot of people don't like it because they can figure it out really quick, or I don't even know the other reasons right now, but anyway, says sometimes the truth kills. Newlyweds, Trisha and Ethan are searching for a house of their dreams. They think they found it when they visit the remote manor that once belonged to Dr. Adrian Hale, a renowned psychiatrist who vanished without a trace years ago. But when a violent winter storm traps them at the estate, the house begins to lose its appeal. Well, you're out in the middle of nowhere and then the storm hits. Usually, The Shining should, well, that was a hotel. But anyway, stuck inside the growing restless, Trisha stumbles on a collection of audio transcripts from Dr. Hill's sessions with patients. Uh-oh. As Trisha listens to the cassette tapes, she learns that the terrifying chain of events leading up to the doctor's mysterious disappearance. With each tape, another shocking piece of the puzzle falls into place and a web of lies slowly unravels. By the by the time Trisha reaches the final cassette, the one that reveals the entire horrifying story, it will be too late. Uh-oh. So it says never lie. Never lie. And this is it doesn't look very long. It's probably there's a it looks like it's under 300 pages, 292 pages. Excuse me. 292 pages. Cheers. And this is a non-fish bleh, Friday. This is a nonfiction history. This is Grant and Sherman, The Friendship That Won the Civil War by Charles Bracelin Flood. Mr. Flood. So yeah, some artwork on the front. That was the Siege of Vicksburg, Mississippi, is where that is from. It's not really. And it continues on the back if you're interested. But yeah. So this is Grant and Sherman, The Friendship That Won the Civil War. Grant and Sherman, Union Army. Okay. So it's a little chunker. Not that bad. I mean, I've read longer. Is this bibliography notes usually takes up a lot of the end, so why is that in a different language? Okay. Oh, it just says that. Okay. Never mind. 402 pages. That's not bad for a history nonfiction. So this is about, if you don't know, Grant and Sherman, generals, Civil War, um, in America. Says on the top of on the back it says we were as brothers. It says William Tecumseh Sherman describing his relationship with Ulysses S. Grant. Now, you don't know, you're not up to date on American history. Ulysses S. Grant, after the Civil War, later became one of the presidents of the United States. Okay, there you go. Says they were both pre-war failures. Grant forced to resign from the regular army because of his drinking. He was an alcoholic. And Sherman holding 4 different jobs, including a much-loved position as a Southern military at a Southern military academy in the years before the firing on Fort Sumter. They began their unique collaboration 10 months into the war at the Battle of Shiloh, each carefully taking on the other's measure. They shared the demands of family life and the heartache of personal tragedy. They shared similar philosophies of battle, employed similar strategies and tactics, and remained in close virtual daily communication throughout the conflict. They were incontestably 2 of the Civil War's most important figures, and the deep, abiding friendship they shared made the Union's ultimate victory possible. Poignant, riveting, and elegantly written, Grant and Sherman is a remarkable portrait of 2 extraordinary men in a singular friendship forged on the battlefield that would change the course of history. Yeah. So was it this? Yeah, there's pictures. Anyway, Grant and Sherman. That was a good find. And this one, I have heard about this author. I've heard good things about this author, and I haven't read his yet. I do have one on hold at the library. And actually, this book I had on hold at the library, and I canceled it once I found it at the Goodwill. But this is Charlie Donnelly, The Girl Who Was Taken. So I haven't read any Charlie Donnellys yet, but I've heard good things, and I thought, well, I probably like them from the synopsis from other people. It's a little chunky, a little bit. It's they're fun reads. What's that? Okay. Mm, is that 405? I think it's maybe 405 pages. So anyway, so the girl who was taken. Okay. So this is about the night they go missing. High school seniors Nicole Cuddy and Megan McDonald are at a beach party in their small town on Emerson Bay, North Carolina. Police launch a mass Police launch a massive search, but hope is almost lost until Megan escapes from a bunker deep in the woods. A year later, the best-selling account of her ordeal has made Megan a celebrity. It's a triumphant story except for one inconvenient detail. Nicole is still missing. Nicole's older sister, Livia, a fellow in forensics pathology, expects that one day soon Nicole's body will be found and her sister's fate determined. Instead, the first clue comes from another body, that of a young man connected to Nicole's past. Livia reaches out to Megan to learn more about the fateful night. Other girls have disappeared, and she's increasingly sure the cases are connected. Megan knows more than she's revealed in her book. Flashes of memory are pointing to something more monstrous than she described, and the deeper she and Livia dig, the more they realize that sometimes true terror lies in finding exactly what you've been looking for. I like that cover. Can't see it really. It's more of a, it's not that blue. It's more of a kind of a teal color on the, and this one, so these are the hardbacks. Those are the paperbacks. These are hardback. This one I've read it and I liked it and I wanted to get a copy of it eventually and I found it at the Goodwill. So this is the Lisa Marie Presley and Riley Keough. It's Lisa Marie Presley's memoir, From Here to the Great Unknown. And this was, she started writing before Lisa Marie passed away, which is, if you don't know, Lisa Marie Presley is Elvis Presley's only child, a daughter. And Riley is Lisa's daughter. And Lisa had a son and two other daughters, twins, the youngest. But yeah, I really like this memoir. It was sad, obviously, for multiple reasons. But I'm glad I found a copy. Yeah, there's stickers all over the front. I think it was a library book. But yeah, a lot of people are gonna hate the stickers on the front. I don't I don't care. To each his own. But yeah, this was a really good memoir. I really, like I said, it was sad. I did enjoy it. And, you know, Riley took this, her mom, she had started this and she didn't get very far into it, but she had a bunch of tapes, she record or voice recordings. Um, and she had asked before she died, she had asked Riley to help her if she would help her write this book because she wasn't sure if she could do it on her own. And so Riley said she would. And then unfortunately, her mom, Lisa, passed. But she did have a lot of voice recordings that Lisa had already done about her memories and growing up in Graceland and just, you know, life, getting married, having her kids, and different things. Um, yeah, it's a short book. It was a good read. It was a quick read. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. And then this one is another James Patterson I didn't have. This is from the Women's Murder Club. I didn't have this one. I'm almost up to date on having them all, but this is the 24th Hour and co-written by Maxine Petro. I do love me some James Patterson. I love the Women's Murder Club. I'm behind in the Women's Murder Club series, but I'll have the books. And James Patterson is it's an easy read. He has short chapters. It's just a quick read. It keeps me interested, usually most of the time. And it's like is it, it's 356 pages. But like see it's like chapters are like 116 chapters, but they could be like 2 pages long. So that's how he gets so many chapters. But this is what is this about? I don't even know what this one's about. I just see it's a women's murder club and I don't have this one, so I get it. And I collect them in hardback. So this is nice. First edition. It says 24 hours, the Women's Murder Club could lose a member. In 24 hours, the Women's Murder Club could lose a member. SFPD, San Francisco Police Department, is set in San Francisco. Sergeant Lindsay Boxer, Medical Examiner Claire Washburn, Assistant District Attorney Yuki Castellano, and crime writer Cindy Thomas gather gather at one of San Francisco's finest restaurants to celebrate exciting news. Cindy is getting married. So those are the women that are part of this. They made their own little club to help work on crime stuff together, to help solve the mystery. Before they can raise their glasses, there's a disturbance in the restaurant. A woman has been assaulted. Claire examines the victim. Lindsay makes an arrest. Yuki takes the case, and Cindy covers it. As Yuki leads the prosecution, Lindsay chases down a high society killer whose target practice may leave the Woman's Murder Club short a bridesmaid or two. Yep. Short and sweet. I just I just love it. But yeah, so that was a good find for me. And this last one is another history, nonfiction. This one I hadn't heard of, but this one looks. It's actually I don't think in my all the books I have do I have a signed book from the author. I don't know who this author is. I never heard of him, but this is a signed edition. This is Barnes& and Noble signed edition. And this is Teddy and Booker T, How Two American Icons Blazed a Path for Racial Equality. It's by Brian Kilmeade, I think is how you say his name. But it says it's signed edition. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I have never had a signed edition of any book. So, um, yeah, it looks brand new. Like, oh, I did find here, which was funny. I left it in here. There was somebody had written notes, like no, not to do with this book at all. So this is the book, and I found these written like several pages of notes, and it's like I was like, "What is this? Are they taking notes from the book they read?" Because it doesn't even look like it's been cracked open. Basically, it's just the pages are pristine. They're not bent. I mean, it's like the spine's not cracked. It's brand new. So this note I was looking at it. Somebody was writing notes. They must have been studying something, but Teddy and Booker T don't feel like they go with these notes. It's the apostolic post, apostolic creed. So somebody was making prayer notes, I guess. Um, something creed. I think it's Catholic. There's like 3 pages of notes. I have no idea. I'm not Catholic, so I don't know. I just thought I was gonna throw it away, and I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it in this book. It might come in handy. Um, I don't know anything. Handwritten notes. I thought that was interesting that somebody had these notes in prayer notes in this book. To each his own, is what I say. Anyway, back to Teddy and Booker T. Teddy Roosevelt, he was also a U.S. president. This says, this is a story of triumph and tragedy, of cooperation and disagreement, and ultimately the kind of courage that makes America great. That's by Brian. Oh, you want to see that's the author signature. Looks like a Sharpie marker, if I were to investigate that. Um, I guess that has somebody's name. I don't know. This is decades following the Civil War were a time of rapid improvement in, mm, in the lives of Black Americans recently freed from slavery. But at the end of the 19th century, with the passage of Jim Crow laws and with the lynchings on the rise, the years of racial progress that had followed the Emancipation Proclamation and the 14th Amendment were eroding. Boy, that's a lot to say. Um, big words. By 1901, Black Americans were facing new forms of region wide segregation and institutional oppression that not only compromised the promise of freedom for all, but gravely jeopardized the stability of the nation itself. And Teddy and Booker T tells the remarkable story of how two American heroes rose to meet the crisis. Their alliance was unlikely. One, the son of an enslaved woman raised without a father or a last name. The other, a sickly boy from a privileged family whose childhood illness nearly destroyed his future prospects. One became an educator and orator, while the other became a military man and politician. And yet, despite their widely different lives, the paths of the two giants converged at a crucial moment in American history. With vivid storytelling, gripping pacing, Kilmeade brings you with Roosevelt to the charge up San Juan Hill, and with Washington to the founding of Tuskegee against all odds. He takes you inside the White House where Roosevelt shocked the nation by having Washington join. There's the prayer notes falling out. His family for dinner. He reveals how the two men worked together to appoint Black Americans to positions of power and recounts how the two men won and sometimes lost in the war against injustice. Yeah, this should be an interesting read. But it's not that big a book. Am I going to have notes and bibliography and things at the end? Yeah. Always history book. You're going to have your footnotes, your notes, your bibliography. It's just a must when you write nonfiction, especially historical history stuff. I think it's 307 pages, but brand new book. Signed. I have no idea who the guy is. But yeah, so that is my book haul. And so I was thinking for the new year, been thinking about this. I haven't done my TBR um prompt prompt jar, my little things from my I'm gonna start reading this book. That's Stephen Graham Jones, Killer on the Road, and then the other side is The Babysitter Lives. Actually, I got this on audio, so I might only read the Killer on the Road physically. But anyway, yeah, my TBR prompt jar to pick prompts out of to choose books for the month. I haven't been doing that in a while, but because I'm a severe mood reader, because sometimes I'll pick out things for the month and then I'll be like picking through them, feeling like they'll be like, I don't feel like reading that now. So it's hard. Um, but I thought I'll try it again. I think in January we'll bring that up again, the TBR prompt jar. And I probably will pick I first started using it was picking 6 books a month, but I think because I'm getting books from the library, borrowing from the library, and I'm wanting to get through those because obviously I have to take them back by a certain time. Um, I'm gonna pick maybe 2 to 3 prompts a month to add from my home um, book collection that keeps growing and add those into the monthly TBR. We'll see how that goes. And also, what was the other thing? Oh, my book reviews. I still have a bunch of book reviews to do. Like I haven't did October, but there's stuff from when is how far back is it? Usually I have chunks because I haven't been reading very much throughout the month. So like I think in October I got 5 books. I read 5 books. So there's I think it goes back to August, but there's like 2, 3, 4 books in each month. I think August there was only 2 and I had a DNF. But yeah, so I might in the new year with that for my book reviews. I think I'll just review the book after I finish it instead of waiting for a stack. Because if I wait for the stack, I'm never going to get to it. So if I just review the book after I finish it, that will be easier for me. And you guys don't have to sit through a large stack of reviews that might be a boring show. Um, Anywho, so that's it for the book haul. I'm gonna try not to get another book haul for a few months. We'll see. Sometimes I break down and I buy a book. Because, all of us booktubers, we have the problem of buying books usually. I know there's a lot of you. I know there's a lot of you out there. You do the same thing. Yeah. You're cheering me on. Buy those books. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by. It's Friday. Have a good weekend. We'll see you back here maybe next week. Like I said, I got some book reviews. Probably have some finish some. I did finish the How to Survive a Slasher um book. That was a that was a teen horror nonfiction. Finished that one. I've started this Killer. Well, I haven't started it yet today. Killer on the Road. I have started 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I got about a couple chapters in, and I've started the nonfiction, The Lethal Passage: The Story of a Gun by Eric Larson. I have started that, and that's a short book, so hopefully get through that in a week or two. But yeah, so stay safe out there. Stay warm if it's cold. It's starting to get a little chilly here, but I have a long sleeve, but I also have shorts on. That's the way it's going. Okay. Thanks. Have a good one.